Meet Wes, a man living in a high-rise apartment with a stunning city view. On the surface, he seems to have achieved the ultimate financial success. But as the sun sets, a heavy silence fills the room. Wes isn't celebrating his wealth. He is staring at a mountain of unpaid monthly utility bills. He owns a property worth 5 billion, yet his daily reality is a constant struggle for liquidity. He is what we call the new age ghost rich. When the roof leaks or a sudden medical bill arrives, Wes feels the same panic as someone with nothing. His multi-billion asset cannot buy him a dinner. We often confuse net worth with financial security. However, static assets are useless against the dynamic, daily needs of a living, breathing human being in society. In Wes's case, 90% of his wealth is locked in bricks and mortar. He is wealthy on paper but remains dangerously poor in his daily life. This is the paradox of ghost wealth. It is a massive number that looks impressive to others but provides absolutely no peace of mind for the owner. Every day is a performance. He lives in a palace but worries about the price of eggs. He is trapped by the very status he worked for. His house has become a golden cage. It demands taxes, maintenance, and insurance, but it never puts a single dollar back into his empty pocket every month. The digital numbers on his screen tell one story, but the grocery store checkout counter tells another. This gap is where the modern financial anxiety lives. Wealth should provide freedom, but for Wes, it has provided a heavy obligation. He is working for his house instead of the house working for him. As inflation climbs, the value of his static property might rise, but the cost of staying alive rises even faster. He is losing the secret race. Education for his children shouldn't be a crisis. Yet for a man with a 5 billion asset, it is a mountain he doesn't know how to climb. We must bridge the gap between being virtually rich and actually wealthy. This journey begins with understanding why our current accumulation strategies are failing us today. Wes is ready for a change. He is tired of the illusion. Today, he starts his search for the truth about what real financial freedom looks like. Imagine your wealth as a giant dam. It looks solid and impressive, holding back a vast reservoir of your life's hard work and saved earnings. But static wealth is under constant attack. Inflation, inflation, taxes, and the cost of living act like tiny cracks that slowly drain your reservoir without you noticing. If you rely only on a stagnant pile of money, eventually the pressure of the world will break it. A static pile of cash is always shrinking. Person A has 10 billion in a bank account. Person B has a small stream of 50 million flowing into their pocket every single month. Who is truly safer? In a volatile economy, the person with the flow is always more secure than the person with the stagnant pile of gold. Real freedom isn't found in a final destination or a large number. It is found in the rhythm of a reliable, consistent, and growing cash flow. If your asset doesn't generate income, it's not an asset. It's a liability that disguised itself in a fancy suit. It's time to rethink everything. The world has changed. The old way of saving for 40 years and living on a lump sum is officially dead. We need a new strategy. Savings accounts used to be a safe haven. Today, they are where money goes to die slowly, eaten away by the low interest rates and rising prices. Most of us are trying to fill a bucket that has holes we didn't even know were there. We are working harder, yet the bucket stays empty. The cost of a cup of coffee today is 10 times what it was for our parents. Static wealth cannot keep up with this exponential growth. We are running on a financial treadmill. To move forward, we have to stop running and start building a vehicle that moves on its own power. Cash flow is like a self-sustaining garden. Once planted and nurtured, it provides food regardless of whether you spent the day working or festing peacefully. What if Wes's house didn't just sit there? What if it became a source of life? This shift in perspective is the key to his survival. Diversity is the armor of the modern age. One source of income is a risk. 5 sources of income, however small, represent true and lasting security. When the economic storm hits, those with multiple streams stay dry. Those with one big static pillar will find it collapsing under the heavy rain. Wes realizes he doesn't need more money. He needs a better system for the money he already has. He's ready to dismantle the old ways. The path to financial freedom isn't a straight line of accumulation. It's a complex web of flow, reinvestment, and strategic movement across different asset classes. Time is the most precious resource. Static assets steal your time through worry. Flowing assets give your time back through peace and predictable certainty. Do you want comfort for today or freedom for your entire life? Most people choose comfort and end up losing both in the long run. It's time to change our heading. We are moving away from the obsession with the pile and toward the mastery of the flow and movement. A diamond is beautiful but useless in a famine. Seeds, however, represent the promise of an infinite harvest. We must become planters, not just collectors. Goodbye to the old myths. Wes is breaking free from the traditional traps. He is finally ready to build something that actually lasts for generations. To understand the present, we must look at the hard data. The Library of Economic History holds the secrets that many people choose to ignore. The Federal Reserve's own data shows a terrifying truth. The purchasing power of your currency has been systematically hollowed out for over a century. In 1970, a few coins could buy a meal. Today, those same coins are worth less than the metal they are printed on. Inflation is silent. Inflation is the invisible thief that never takes a night off. If your money is standing still, it is being stolen from you every second. While property values seem to go up, the real cost of living is outstripping wage growth. Owning a home is no longer the ultimate safety net. According to AARP, 60% of people approaching retirement are terrified of outliving their money. This is the greatest fear of our modern age. The final 15 years of life are the most expensive and the most vulnerable. Relying on a fixed sum is a dangerous gamble with time. Pensions are vanishing, and social security systems are under immense strain worldwide. The single pillar of support is cracking under the weight of demographics. We live in a globalized world where a crisis on one side of the planet can wipe out your local savings in a single afternoon. The data tells us that we cannot rely on the systems of the past. We must build our own personal economies that are resilient to shocks. You don't need $1 million in the bank. You need a reliable personal money printer that works even when you are asleep or sick. The truth is often uncomfortable, but it is the only foundation upon which we can build something truly permanent. Knowledge is the first real asset. Stop looking for a lucky break. Start looking for a sustainable system. A system survives even when the individual parts are under extreme external pressure. The data proves that those with diversified income streams have a 90% higher chance of maintaining their lifestyle during an economic downturn or crisis. Assets must have a pulse. They must breathe and produce. Stagnant assets like gold bars are just insurance. They are not a lifestyle engine. The goal is clear. We are aiming for a lighthouse of stability in a sea of volatility. The data is our map to get there. No more lying to ourselves about the safety of our homes or our bank accounts. We face the reality of the numbers with courage today. The old saying is more relevant today than ever. Cash flow isn't just king, it is the entire kingdom, the army, and the castle combined. The research is done. Yeah, the evidence is overwhelming. Now it's time to move from the theory of data into the practice of the formula. Welcome to the world of the living cash flow. It's not a static pool, it is a moving, breathing ecosystem designed to support your life. This is the math of freedom. When your combined passive and flexible incomes exceed your basic living costs, you are officially free from the rat race. It sounds simple, but the magic is in the balance. We don't just want one source. We want a harmony of different types of income. First, we have our fruit trees, dividend-paying stocks. They grow slowly but provide a steady harvest year after year without requiring any manual daily labor. Next is the well, rental income. It provides a deep, consistent source of life-sustaining cash flow, essential for covering the core expenses of your household. Then we have the vegetable patch, flexible skills. This is your ability to generate income on demand using your unique talents and modern digital tools. When these three work together, they create a shield. If the well runs dry for a month, the fruit trees and the garden keep you fed. Building this ecosystem takes time, but every new plant you add increases your resilience. You are no longer a victim of the global economy. Flow beats volume every single time. A small, constant stream is more valuable than a mountain of gold that you are too afraid to touch. He is now a manager of flow. His job isn't to work for money, but to ensure the pipes are clear and the water is flowing. Imagine a life where every hour of the day, someone, somewhere, is paying you for the value your system provides to the world around you. The ultimate test of the living cash flow formula is the sleep test. Can you sleep soundly knowing your income doesn't stop when your eyes close? We are replacing fear with math. We are replacing luck with a system. We are replacing maybe with a calculated and predictable definitely. The modern world offers us a forest of opportunities. The formula allows us to harvest from many different trees at the same time. Psychologically, your brain relaxes when it knows there is more than one way to survive. This mental clarity is a massive competitive advantage in life. The formula is universal. It doesn't matter where you start. It only matters that you start moving toward a life of flow and abundance. The best part of the living cash flow is that it naturally grows. As you reinvest your surplus, your ecosystem becomes even more powerful and stable. You are no longer tied to a single location or a single boss. You are a global citizen supported by a global network of value creation. The goal is to slowly shift the slider. Every month, try to make your passive income cover one more small daily or monthly expense. Freedom starts small. It starts with a dividend that pays for your coffee, then your lunch, then your rent, then your entire life. Break the chains of the old economy. The living cash flow formula is your key to the locks that have held you back for years. The world will change, the rivers will rise, but you will be standing on the solid rock of a proven and tested financial formula. Breathe it in. This is what it feels like to no longer be a ghost rich. This is what it feels like to be truly alive. The formula is in your hands. The path is open. The only question left is, are you ready to take the very first step today? Building your income stations requires a clear blueprint. We don't build everything at once. We build station by station, starting with the most critical. The first step is the 30% rule. Look at your static assets and find a way to convert 30% into cash flow generators. Maybe you sell a non-performing property and move that capital into high-yield ETFs or corporate bonds. You are turning a stone into a river. Station 2 is the digital asset factory. In the 21st century, your knowledge can be packaged into courses, blogs, or channels that work 24/7. Each digital asset is a tireless worker who never asks for a raise and never takes a holiday. They are the ultimate income stations for everyone. Diversification across sectors is your third station. Don't just own one type of asset, own pieces of the entire world's most productive and growing industries. Small wins lead to a big victory. 10 sources of 5 million are far safer than one source of 50 million. Never forget this rule. This is your multi-source shield. When one block is hit by a market crash, the others hold the structure firm against any external pressure or shock, or OS. The transition from the old world to the new world of income stations is a mental shift first and a financial shift second. You must believe. Don't wait for retirement. Start building your first station tonight. Even a small blog or a single dividend stock is a valid and powerful start. One rung at a time. The higher you go, the better the view, and the safer you are from the rising tides of economic uncertainty and change. The stations are designed to give you your life back. They do the heavy lifting so you can enjoy the simple, beautiful moments of your existence. This is a strategy you can pass down. Teach your children to build stations, not just to look for a job. Give them the map to freedom. He is no longer just a resident of the city, he is an owner of its energy. His stations are part of the pulse of the world. In a world of constant change, resilience and agility are your best assets. Income stations provide both, allowing you to dance through any economic storm. Everything is connected. Your assets, your skills, and your digital presence work together to create a life that is truly and completely your own. The strategy is sound. The path is clear. Wes has done it, and so can you. The era of the ghost rich is finally over for him. Now it's your turn to pick up the marker and draw your own map. Your future self is waiting for you to build that first station. True safety is not a number in a bank account. It is the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have built a sustainable life. The weight of the ghost wealth has been lifted. Wes no longer worries about the bills because his system is already taking care of them. Let's summarize the journey. Banish the illusion of paper wealth. Focus on the living flow of income. And never rely on a single source again. Freedom is the ability to choose how you spend your time. It's the ability to say yes to life and no to fear and anxiety. Sleep soundly, knowing that your financial garden is being watered while you rest. This is the ultimate gift you can give to yourself and your family. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action right now, regardless of how small that action is. You are not alone in this journey. Thousands of people are breaking free from the old traps and building a new, more resilient way of living. Wealth is a tool, not a master. When you control the flow, you control your destiny. You become the architect of your own lasting and real freedom. In the end, it's not about the money. It's about the life that the money allows you to lead. It's about the people you love and the memories. You have everything you need to begin. The knowledge is yours. The formula is yours. The future is yours. Go out and build your own flow. Thank you for joining Wes on this transformation. We hope this journey has opened your eyes to the possibilities of a life beyond ghost wealth. If you found this valuable, please subscribe and join our community. Together, we can build a world of true financial freedom and lasting, real security. The sun is rising on a new chapter of your life. Make it a story worth telling. We'll see you in the next adventure toward freedom.